Ducktales 2017 is a reboot of the critically acclaimed 1987 show of the same name. The series features Scrooge McDuck, the richest duck in the world, and his three nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, as they travel around the world in search of adventure, treasure, and the unknown. Despite the premise of the show, the writers opted to have almost two-thirds of the episodes lack any sort of treasure or physical reward for the protagonists, with only 2 of the episodes in Season 2 resulting in a reward for their hard work. This is in stark contrast to Season 1, where 8 of the 25 episodes result in an actual reward for the characters, and with Season 3, where once again 8 of the 25 episodes give the characters something to remember the adventures by. The rest of the episodes are either character-driven stories that focus more on what the characters learn from the experience, like the Mount Everest episode, or concentrate on a certain goal that the characters are striving for, such as all the Season 1 episodes with Lena. Having said all of that, the characters get one reward in each episode, regardless of what physical keepsake they actually get. All of the episodes, regardless of which characters are present in the episode, end with the characters getting the greatest treasure of all.
A cool story to tell!
This is best exemplified by my 2 favorite episodes in the series, Treasure of the Found Lamp and the Outlaw Scrooge McDuck. These episodes are my favorite because they do the best job of what the show tries to do with each episode, which is to pull the viewer into the narrative with the characters and have them feel like they got something out of it too. The first episode I'm going to talk about is Season 2's Episode 8, Treasure of the Found Lamp. The episode begins by introducing us to Ferris Jin, a warrior who stealthily makes his way to Duckburg to track down a lost family heirloom that was later found by Scrooge. Half of the group goes on a pointless adventure to distract him, while the other half tracks down the lamp after it was accidentally sold at a yard sale. Part of the reason for the cast agreeing to work with Jin was due to him threatening to raze their home to the ground. But another aspect of their motivations was their false belief that the lamp contained a genie that could only work if used before the day ended. At the end of the episode, it is revealed that the lamp is actually powerless, and the only reason Jin wanted it was because of the sentimental value it possessed. And after sharing the story of why the lamp was important to him, he helps the cast learn why it is important that stories get told. The episode makes a good point early on about how Scrooge doesn't tell the kids much about his past adventures, and how the lack of knowledge is the reason for the lamp being lost in the first place.
I know, that's all that matters.
Well, what does the right lamp look like?
It's a faded bronze oil lamp with a scalloped pattern on the lid.
Oh boy.
What do you mean, yard sale?
When all is said and done, the episode ends with the cast coming to terms with the fact that there's more to treasure and rewards than just its intrinsic value, and it concludes with Scrooge opening a new wing in the local museum to share the stories of his adventures with everyone.
Stories, eh? Welcome to the tax-deductible adventurer's wing of the Duckburg Museum. It was time for a little spring cleaning, and time to share these tales with you all, and everyone.
What's special about this?
That's the famed candy-striped ruby, a gift from the king of Ripon-Taro Island. You see, this was long ago.
The core theme of the episode is storytelling and oral tradition. Oral tradition is defined by Britannica as a dynamic and highly diverse oral medium for evolving, storing, and transmitting knowledge, art, and ideas. Jin's motives for hunting for the lamp are entirely based on the story about it that was passed down for generations until it landed on him and he was able to find its location. Throughout the episode, Jin adds each task and trial he faced during his hunt for the lamp into the legend of the lamp, which will then continue to be passed down for generations. The episode immediately following Treasure of the Found Lamp is Season 2's Episode 9, The Outlaw Scrooge McDuck. The episode begins with Louie watching reality TV before Scrooge comes in to try and give him a stack of free business cards to help him launch his business. Throughout the second season, the main story arc focused on Louie as he tried to work to try and start a successful business, modeled after Scrooge, albeit with much lazier work ethic and more unrealistic expectations. Scrooge is infuriated to discover that Louie had given up on that dream after the first couple of setbacks and refused to try and work around them, leading to him to tell him a story from his days as a prospector to teach him the value of hard work. The story is how Scrooge and Goldie, his rival/partner for most of his life, worked to steal back a gargantuan gold nugget that was taken from the small town of Gumption by a billionaire named John D. Rockerduck, a reference to John D. Rockefeller in the old monopolistic large trust billionaires of the American 19th century. At the beginning of the story, Louie is completely uninterested and just waiting for it to end. But throughout the episode, he gets slowly more and more interested until, when faced with a final question from Scrooge about what kind of billionaire he strives to be, he decides to restart his business and work to make it grow by any means necessary.
Then what's the point?
Let me rephrase. How do you want to make your fortune? By being a con man like Rockerduck, a shifty operator like Goldie, or an industrious, resourceful, self-made man like your dear uncle?
When Louie is asked by Scrooge what kind of billionaire he wants to be, Scrooge presents 3 options. In the story, Goldie is presented as being a direct but fair-playing rival to Scrooge, while Rockerduck is painted as an evil grifter out to win by any means necessary. Yet, when describing the 3 players in the story, Scrooge describes her as a shifty operator. At this point in the series, we had only seen Goldie once, in which she double-crosses Scrooge and Scrooge's arch-nemesis, Glomgold, to steal a literal lake full of gold for herself in an event where, out of the family, only Scrooge was present. Scrooge's word choice demonstrates the importance of storytelling, as it provides much-needed context for who Goldie truly is as a person. While she ends up being more morally good than bad at the end of the series and ends up as an ally of the McDuck family, her complicated, morally neutral past is demonstrated through this one line. Louis, who only knew her from the 30-second interaction at a gala and through this story, initially views her as a trustworthy person and seeks her help growing his business, only to immediately get locked in a storage chest and robbed by her. Had Scrooge told him more about his past and relationship with Goldie, he likely wouldn't have made the same mistake of blindly trusting Goldie, who he wrongly believed was a person of similar character to his great-uncle. Through these two episodes, the characters learn the importance of telling people the stories in their lives and how not everything needs to result in some shiny reward to remember it by. The story arc for the entire first season revolves around the kids trying to uncover a dark family secret without alerting any of the adults for fear of their search getting shut down without getting the answers that they need. When they finally figure out what happens after a near-death experience, the truth boils over into a fight that completely breaks the family apart until they eventually forgive each other following a completely unrelated event. A part of their desperation to find answers comes from the fact that their uncle, Donald Duck, with whom they had been adopted, refused to tell them anything about the story due to his fear of putting them in danger with the knowledge that the story would supply. The truth of the situation is that it all could have been avoided had someone just told them the story and worked through it together, but the fear among the adults of the family to share it almost led to a complete dissolution of the family. Thank you for watching this video. This is my first time trying to make a video something like this, so if you want to see more, just leave a comment and tell me what you want to see. I'm going to try to make more videos kind of in this style. So yeah, thank you for watching.